So as you saw in the last video, I had a bit of a crash in the 32 and I blew up a coolant hose. I still haven't fixed it. So with Wakefield coming up on Monday, I've decided that instead I'm going to take my Sil80 track car. So I've only ever driven this car once before, which was at the Figure 8 at Eastern Creek. It went okay then, except it had some overheating problems. So what we're going to do today is put a new radiator in it and make it a little bit more stylish. Before we can do that though, I've got to get my R32 rolling again because it's obviously in the way of getting the car out of here. So first I'm just going to put a standard LCA and tie rod in this side, then I'll be able to move it out of the way and start working on this car. Well, that wheel's got a bit of toe in. That wheel's got a shitload of toe out, but whatever, it's probably good enough to limp it around. So the most pressing issue is putting some new wheels on the back, because those things are disgusting. I've also got some new side skirts, so the new side skirts can go on. I have to take the rear bumper off so that I can actually put my number plate on, because it looks pretty lame just having a hole there. Oh, these spider webs. Just gave her about the second wash in 5 years. There's some grime that's probably on there forever, but came up pretty good, especially while it's still wet. Won't worry about what it looks like when it's dry. So I picked up some Origin Attack Line side skirts because I heard they were going out of business. They didn't end up going out of business, but either way I'll put them on, see how they look. So like most Origin stuff, doesn't really fit particularly well. Not that my car's super straight, but not really worried about this car being too pretty anyway. So as long as it looks good from 5-10 meters away while it's on the track, then that's good enough. I really love having a white car too, because you don't have to paint your aero. As long as it's white gel coat, it's already perfectly matched and good to go. So at the same time I picked up my Attack Line side skirts, I also got some of the large Origin canards. So these are just the fiberglass ones, but I was happy to see that they already come in black. I think it's just gel coat, not paint, but will do the job. I'll just mount these up now. Probably should dummy fit them up on the car to see where it looks good, but I guess I can always remount them later. Alright, it wasn't very... I just kinda G-clamped it on where I thought it'd look good, drilled some holes and bolted it on. So there's lots of surface area, so if I have to remount it, it's not a big deal. But yeah, pretty happy with the result. Yeah, looks pretty good. Happy with that. Now to do the other side and try to make it somewhat symmetrical. Surprisingly, it actually looks fairly symmetrical. Yeah, it should look good. Pretty keen to see what it looks like on the car with the big side skirts. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with how the canards turned out. But I've decided I'm not going to run a body kit this time, besides my old crappy side skirts, just cause I think I'm going to fly off the track a lot, and yeah, no point ruining all my new fiberglass while I'm just testing out the car. Okay, one removed radiator, complete with Falcon thermofans of some variety. So the challenge will be attaching these thermofans to the new radiator, because this radiator has little tabs welded to it where it's just kind of screwed on, so the other one doesn't have that, so I'll have to think of another solution, but well, should be possible. And in here is our new eBay spec radiator. Alright, so I think this is somewhere between $100 and $120 for this radiator, but if you look here, you can see that Connor has actually cut a slice in here and welded a plate in there. He's done the same down the bottom as well. Now, this is what a lot of fancy radiators have, like the Koyo, the top of the line Koyo that's like $1,000 has this as well. So in a Koyo radiator, it's called an end flow, and that's because basically it forces the water to go in an N shape through the radiator. They're also known as triple bypass. I'm not going to pretend I know which way the water actually goes in, but this plate stops the water being able to take a shortcut from there to there. If the water goes in there, the water can't just kind of go across like that. It has to go down here, and then the water will go across here, and it can't just go down there. It's got to go back up around there. So that means the water spends more time in the radiator, and it gets a better chance of getting cooled down while it's in there. So I'll put the link up to Connor's how-to video of how to do that, and then yeah, we won't really be able to do a back-to-back comparison because I think that radiator was stuffed, but definitely interesting to see how the car goes with this. Alright, I got it in there. It's sitting a little bit higher on this side maybe, but yeah, everything seems like it's in nicely, so now I've just got to try to attach the thermo fans. Okay, thermo fans are all mounted up. I've got some structural cable ties on each side at the top. Down the bottom, got some nuts and bolts. There's even some washers behind there, so yeah, should actually work fairly well. Hopefully I can actually get it in there. Before it goes in, I've just got to make this hole a little bit bigger. So I'm thinking soldering iron. Can't complain about the results. Alright, so radiator's in. It's all been bled, I think. What I've noticed though is I've got a Defi gauge here which doesn't seem like it works properly. I've been trying to figure out why, because it's Defi, it should be good quality, and it's got like a brand new sensor on it. And what I think is the actual sensor might be completely covered in mud, and that's why it doesn't read the right temperature. So I'm going to pull it out and give it a clean and see if it's any different. Looks pretty filthy, so I'll try to clean it up with something. Alright, gave it a polish with some degreaser and electrical parts cleaner. So it looks a little bit better now, I think. Looks like the gauge might actually be working now, because it used to not really go above 30. So Power of C says it's 63. I think it's got a 62 degree thermostat in it. It's going up to 50, so it's at least closer. So cleaning the coolant temp sensor did seem like it fixed it, so that's good. Kind of shows how dirty the inside of my engine is, so I'll try to flush it out after this drift day, I think. But yeah, no, it's good that I actually have a water temp sensor. So now I've got to tighten up the power steering belt, which is doing some screaming. It's got a Tark's low mount one, so hopefully it's easy to adjust. It's definitely too loose. So after all that messing around with body kits and stuff, I've decided I'm not going to run any kit at all. The car pretty much looks better with no kit than what I've got at the moment. And yeah, it's just going to make it much easier to get it on the trailer and more forgiving when I inevitably fly off the track. So I'll keep all my fancy new fiberglass bits for when I go to an actual competition, I think. So now it's got to pack all my wheels and tyres up and then I can put it onto the trailer. Car is on the trailer, strapped down probably questionably, but I tried my best. I never really appreciated how much of a pain it is when you have to strap the car down and load it up and reverse it around compared to just driving your car to the track. So I guess there's not as many worries about your car braking, but overall I would much prefer to drive the car to the track rather than mess around with trailers and all that crap. Mainly because I'm terrible at reversing a car, let alone a car with a trailer attached to it. Anyway, it's all fixed up now. I found a few little issues and managed to sort them out before they appeared at the track, so hopefully I'll get at least a couple of good sessions tomorrow. I'll try to film all of my driving, and if anything exciting happens I'll put it up. And even if it's not exciting, I'll put it up anyway, because this whole video wasn't exciting. Well, if you made it this far through, thanks for watching.